I'm going to show you guys the best teams to put in for the PGL Copenhagen Major for your CS2 Pickems. There's a lot of good teams and underdog teams, and I do believe I know what I'm talking about with the amount of diamond coins that I have. I do use a website that I will put down below in the description that can help you out generating the matches and who might win the matches. Before I do get in the video, I have to shout out my sponsor of the video, Take Note. They are one of the best clothing brands that I've ever worn. Take Note is an independent clothing and goods brand that focuses on creating gear that can be used for any situation. While they focus on making clothes inspired by the outdoors, I love wearing them while I stream because they're super comfortable. I personally love the mountain hoodie and the corduroy overshirt they sent me because both are 100% cotton, heavyweight, and made to last forever. So if you want the gear that you can wear in any situation, head over to takenotegoods.co and use code Louis15 at checkout for 15% off. So the first team we have is Cloud9. Now, I think Cloud9 could easily go 3-0. They went 3-0 in the RMR, even though they just lost in the Blast Online qualifier. That was an online tournament, but Cloud9, they are beasts on land. As long as Hobbit and Axile kind of show up, they have a good chance. And Axile's been in a slump. But coming up to the major, I'm sure he's putting in the hours, and I'm sure we're going to see Axile perform very, very well. Now, the next team that I do think that will go 3-0 is Int. I think they will have some easy matchups. You know, if they win versus Imperial, then they're going to play against 9 Pandas and then eventually against Heroic. And I do think Int has the firepower to beat Heroic. And they also have the experience of Glaive IGLing. Since Heroic's IGL doesn't have that much experience, Glaive will be under pressure. And I'm sure that he can actually pull out a 3-0 group stage. And I think it'll be really, really good. Now, moving on, we do have Heroic. I think Heroic could make it through as well. I think they could go easily 2-0 and then maybe battle it out to like the 2-1, 2-2 spot here. I do think there's a chance playing all these inexperienced teams. Their roster is semi-experienced, not so much in the majors, but definitely at tier 1 land. So they definitely have that good push of experience to beat all these underrated teams that are, you know, in the opening stage of the major. The next team I have going through is, believe it or not, is Saul. These guys are on a tear right now. They showed it in the RMR, and they just showed it in the Blast Online qualifier that we just saw. Even though it was online, they have a lot of momentum, and they're using it. They really know how to use the momentum. They're beating these teams that they shouldn't be beating. So I do believe they can actually make it to the elimination stage just because of the momentum that they have. Even if they go down a series and, you know, we see them in the 1-1 bracket going up to the 2-1, I really do believe that they can make it and push through because I see them better than teams like Legacy and Linvision, Ecstatic. I do think that they could really push through and beat these guys. Next, we have Furia. Furia had a really good showing. I do think they can also push through to the elimination stage, beating, again, all these European underdog teams and the Asian teams here. I do think that, you know, they could beat the Mongols, Linvision, Legacy, those type of teams. I think it's very, very easy for them because they do have the experience. They've been through a lot and they've been practicing very, very hard. We've seen Art being hyper aggressive in their matches. So I do think a lot of these teams, it's going to be hard to counter the type of playstyle that Fury is going to bring to the major. The next team I think that will go is Imperial. Imperial has that experienced roster. I'm looking at experience in the big picture. The teams that Imperial might play, you know, they're going to lose to Furia, but they can definitely beat teams like 9 Pandas and Ecstatic that they might end up playing if the matches do go the way that I predicted them. So they should have not a so easy run, but as long as they keep composure and have good mental throughout the opening stage of the major, they should be able to advance to the next stage. Now, this one might be a surprise pick, but I do think Eternal Fire can make it. They're representing their country. I mean, they're a Turkish squad. They've been putting in the work. They've been farming in FPL. They've been doing good in officials. So I do think they have a chance to make it through, even if it's all the way to the 2-2, or even if they start 1-2. I do believe that they can, again, beat all these inexperienced teams and really push through and make it to the elimination stage. Now, the last pick may be surprising, but I do think that Apex can make it through. These guys are kind of 50-50, but when they're playing Counter-Strike, they are playing Counter-Strike. I mean, these guys can literally do anything. You don't really know what type of team you're going to get with Apex, but they really have a good showing. So I am going to put those guys in to go through. I do believe in Apex. They should be able to beat a lot of these teams since they are European, so they are getting good practice. It's a 50-50 for Apex, which is why it's my last pick, because, again, we have no idea what type of Apex we're going to get at this major. Not even at the major, just on the match that they play. I mean, these guys could go down 0-1, turn into good Apex, go 1-1, turn into bad Apex, go 1-2. It's all 50-50. but I do believe in him. I'm a big fan of Jacob. I think he is a good role model for the scene. So hopefully those guys can pull through. Now, for the 03, it's probably kind of obvious. I do think Lin Vision will obviously go 03. I feel like that's an easy pick. But the last one is the hard one because there is a lot of different teams here. The Mongols have some good experience. They played well at Katowice. I think they almost made it through to the playoffs. But then you have like a new team like a Static. You have Amcool. Amcool, they have some experienced players from the Entropic squad like Nickelback, who's been around. Nine Pandas has C's, but they've kind of been on a tear. Pain is doing okay. Legacy does have some experience, but I do think Koi won't be able to win a game just because of their inexperience. They have a lot of newer players that haven't played at a high level, so it's going to be harder for them to maybe adjust to this type of play and pressure, especially on land, because this is a major, and getting to this elimination stage is very important. So I do think these guys are going to go 0-3, and I'm going to go ahead and save all my Pickems, and that's what I'm going to run with. I don't think I'm going to change these. Sometimes I do change them, and I hate changing these. So I'm just going to keep them to what these are. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Make sure you guys check out all my other tips videos. And if you guys did like the video or have any arguments in my Pickems, please comment down below. I'm down to start a little argument as long as it's peaceful because we spread love around here, boys. You know how it is. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.